friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. Now, if you really love listening to somebody just babble on and on about music and, just whatever comes to his head, this is the place for you then, because that's pretty much what I do. And today I'm going to be doing that about Slash. And this is a solo album. Just him, just Slash, no conspirators or no Snake Pit or anything. No Miles Kennedy on this one. We are talking about his album called Orgy of the Damned. It's a pretty much just a blues album. It's all cover songs except for the instrumental that he wrote. It closes the album. I didn't really know what to expect. The title like that, you're not really sure, what to expect. Although, as the old fable goes, the Robert Johnson making the deal with the devil down at the crossroads. Well, that song's on here for you, and a lot of this stuff has to do with that. I really like Slash. I know when he first came on the scene, it was kind of either a love-hate thing. Appetite for Destruction, I don't remember how many millions it sold, but, one of the biggest selling albums of all time, and that's right when, I was going to college and stuff, and, it was huge, and all the bands were playing, Guns N' Roses songs, and I was no different from any of those, and I just always liked the sound of his playing. Back then, not super technical. I don't know if really you consider him super technical now, but I always loved the feel. For me, guitar, that's in songs, just in singing and just music in general, it's all about feel. And I just always thought he had a great feel right from day one. He still has that great feel. When you hear Slash play, you just know it's him. He's one of those guitarists, you hear the playing, and you just instantly know who it is. That's the coolest thing, I think, of any guitarist. If you're a guitarist and you have that, I think that's just one of the best things you could ever hope for. But just my opinion, as always, just my opinion. So going into this, I thought, it's a blues album. His style has always been kind of bluesy, so this sounds like a perfect thing for him. And I wasn't wrong. I really like this album, actually. Even though a few of these songs I never really thought I would ever need to hear again, because they've been covered many, many times by many different artists. I still think he did a good job with them. There's a few surprises in here, too. A lot of guest... He did this on one other album, too, where he just had all kinds of guest singers come in and record, their stuff on it. It actually has Steven Tyler come and play a harmonica on one of the songs as well. But song one kicks in with a pusher, which I remember from Steppenwolf. It's been covered a lot. I don't even know, quite honestly, if this is their song, but that's a bluesy song, and it kicks right in with kind of the feel of the whole album. It's dark. This album is dark. I like Chris Robinson sings on this one. His performance I thought was great. The playing was great. For me, it's a little uneasy hearing that one phrase over and over again. Stryper did that with one of their albums here a while ago, and even that made me feel a little uneasy. So I just never really listened to this song for that reason. From Steppenwolf, and kind of gave me that feeling again. But the music itself was pretty good, and I just thought a good way to start off the feel of the album anyway. And of course that kicks right in the Crossroads, which has Gary Clark Jr. on it. Really not familiar with him too much. I know he's kind of either country or bluesish type of guy, but don't really know, so if I'm wrong on that, forgive me. That's one song that I've heard so many times. It was a good version of it. His playing on it was great. Same with Hoochie Coochie Man. I got Billy Gibbons on that one. And good renditions of both of those songs. When I heard Oh Well kick in, I was like, just another one of those songs I never thought I would ever have to hear again, because this one's been covered by so many different people. But tell you what, Chris Stapleton on this one, I really don't know him that well at all either, but he tore it up. He did this one really well. I was actually really impressed with that. Key to the Highway has the singer Dorothy on it, who I actually only discovered maybe, 3-4 years ago. Great bluesy singer, really got a cool raspiness going on in her voice. I know she gets compared to Janis Joplin. I hear that kind of, but I actually prefer Dorothy's singing. I was never a huge Janis Joplin fan. I know probably just made a few people, smacked their foreheads there, but I was never a huge fan of hers, but I thought she did a great job on this one. Another great, and one thing I did notice this far into it is that the sound of his guitar, he's a Les Paul guy. That's probably why I think this was released on Gibson Records. Yeah, Gibson Records. And he's got that classic Les Paul sound, but he's changing up the tone a little bit here and there, and he's experimenting with some few different flavors of the guitar, and it's a lot of cleaner stuff going on in here that I don't hear him using a lot, and it has acoustic on a few of these songs too. And Awful Dream I thought was cool, the way that one played through. It's got that cool dobro sounding thing in it, which I've never heard really used that way, more as a rhythm than a lead, although he does play a few leads on it too. I thought that was cool. Iggy Pop sings on that one. Quite honestly, I wasn't paying too much attention to what Iggy was singing. I was more kind of concentrating on the guitar part on this one, which I guess is fine since it's a Slash album. Born Under a Bad Sign, Paul Rodgers on that one. It's one of those songs that, it's one I've heard 1,000 times, but great version of it. I like Paul Rodgers. I don't think there's anything he does that doesn't sound amazing, so that's just, his magical touch on that one. Now, the surprise for me, there's a couple of them actually right in a row here, was Papa Was a Rolling Stone. Has Demi Lovato singing on it. I really could care less about Demi Lovato, but holy crap, was this song good. For me, this was like the highlight of the album. She sang it great. The mood of the song was like dark. The guitar playing from Slash was like spot on, but it had this cool, moody no-wop thing going on. Man, really good song. I actually went back and played that one again instead of moving on to the next song when that one popped on, because it was actually really good. So that was definitely a highlight. Killing Floor had Brian Johnson. If you were expecting Brian Johnson and you hear this, it sounds more like Tom Waits or something. He's singing at a super low register. Just another one of those songs that I've heard 100 times before, but it was definitely interesting hearing Brian Johnson sing on this one that way. Another surprise, that was a surprise. Another surprise is Living for the City, which, if I'm not mistaken, was that a Stevie Wonder song. Got Tash Neal singing on it. Don't know who that is, I'm sorry, but cool version of the song, however. I really like the rhythm guitar on this one. Is actually what really stood out to me. I mean, the lead guitar on all these is perfect Slash. So you like Slash's playing, you're not going to be disappointed here. Like I said, the different moods and different tones he's using on this are kind of like the highlight of the album, because you're going to get in your Slash playing. And you really get this on Stormy Monday with Beth Hart singing, and she just has one of these awesome, amazing bluesy voices. If you've never heard her sing, check out her stuff. She's amazing. Great rendition of a really bluesy song. And then he ends it with a song called Metal Chestnut, which I don't know why, because there's really nothing metal about it at all, but very cool guitar playing on, nice little instrumental, really short instrumental, but it was a cool way to end the album. So anyway, really enjoyed this. I don't know, I'm not going to really give it a rating. If I guess I can, I would say I would rate this pretty high. I'm in like 9 out of 10, I would say. There's a couple little things on there I didn't, little nitpicky things. I don't hardly ever rate anything a 10, but anyway, I thought it was cool. And as always, if you guys have anything you want to share, any cool Slash stories, or if you've heard this and you got your opinions you want to share, as always, feel free. And like, share, and subscribe to keep this music alive, because if he's going to keep releasing stuff that's cool like this, I'm all for it. So until next time, we will see ya.